Alright guys, what's up? It's Sam and I am a bit irritated right now. Why am I irritated? It's because my mom has come in my room a few times already with, like I closed the door. I'm like, yo, I want to do a commentary. I got something to talk about. Let me go do a commentary. Open up Audacity to record my voice, plug in my mic, get some gameplay flowing so that I can talk about it if I need to, or if I feel like it's funny, if I want to, whatever reason. And she just comes in every time, and it is just like I have my door closed for a reason. But I mean, I guess I don't know, I can get mad at her, but I can't also, because she does not understand this, at all. Of not interrupting me while I'm doing a commentary. I mean, I told her to, like, Mom, I'm trying to record. I got my door closed for a reason. And then, so yeah, she's just like, oh, okay. And comes back in again and be like, oh yeah, it's 10 o'clock, just to let you know. And then I restart the recording all over again. It's quite irritating. Pretty sure that all of you can understand my my reason for being irritated, but yeah, I am hopefully finally going to get this down, and I am not going to be interrupted again, because I'd be quite unfortunate if I was. But now that I'm doing this is making me pretty happy, content. But this gameplay is a 58-9 Peacekeeper gameplay. One of the first games that I got with a Peacekeeper. I've showed other ones, but this was one of the first ones. I just found it in my library. But yeah, so today's topic is getting my wisdom teeth pulled out. Oh, wonderful. That's why I haven't been posting lately, because my wisdom teeth, I got them pulled out on Monday, last week Monday. I don't know what date that would be. I don't know, the 3rd, something like that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the process of getting them actually pulled out, and what it felt like, what I went through, my experience with it. And I hope that you guys enjoy listening to it. If you haven't gotten them pulled out, then yeah, you can't relate, but you can have a heads up, I guess. And if you have, then yeah, you can relate, and it'll be like, yeah, I remember that. So basically, I go there and I'm just sitting there waiting for the longest time, it felt like. And then so the doctor calls, I don't even know what you would call him, the dentist. I guess he's a dentist, but I mean, he really doesn't do anything with teeth. All he does is pull them out. He doesn't check your teeth for plaque, or do any of this, do any of that. He just pulls them out, and that's it. So basically, I go there, wait, he calls me in, talks to me, be like, okay, and he's like, so do you want to go to sleep and get put under an anesthesia, or do you just want to get numbed? And I wasn't sure, so I looked at my dad. My dad was like, I don't know. So I was wanting to say to go to sleep, but since I said I don't know, then the doctor said, okay, well, have you eaten anything in the last 6 hours? And I was like, yeah, I ate like 2 hours ago. And he's like, oh, okay, so if you do want to go to sleep, you're gonna have to come back at a later time, tomorrow, when I can schedule an appointment for you, or you can just do it now and you'll get numbed. So I was like, you know what, forget this, I'm just going to do it. I'm just gonna get it numbed. I don't need to go to sleep. It shouldn't be that bad. People have done it before. A lot of people have not gone to sleep, so I should be fine, And so I do it, and he's like, you ready, bud? And I was like, I guess. And so he shakes my hand, and I gotta say, the most painful part, I mean, this is either the second or first most painful part, but that was just simply getting the shots to make my gums numb. and to make my whole mouth numb. It wasn't getting them pulled out, surprisingly. It was just, you know, getting them numb in the first place. So those shots stung a lot. And so, you know, he's going through, hear like the cracking and stuff. There's just a pressure, but it really doesn't sting or anything. It doesn't hurt that much. So my advice to you guys, if you have not gotten them taken out yet, you don't need to go to sleep. I would say, if I were to do it again, I would eat a ton of stuff, all that I could, before I got them pulled out, and then I would go get them pulled out, because after, you get really hungry. So he pulled them out, and it was quite interesting because, you know, he like sews together, because he does cut your gums, and he pulls them out and there's a cavity. So what he has to do is sew it back together. So he stitches it back together, and I see him just, you know, pulling the things in, like shoving them in my gums and pulling it out, and it's like I don't even feel a thing. It was quite interesting, actually. You know, you're like, okay, is he actually putting it in? I really don't know. It doesn't sting or anything. But then when you see him pull it out of your mouth and it's all red and pink with the blood, then you're like, yeah, he put it, he's stitching it now. But it was really not that painful. If anything, the most painful part was getting it drilled, but it wasn't that bad at all. And yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Then I go home. This was probably one of the most worst part. So you have to change your gauze every hour. Every hour you have to change your gauze, because you're supposed to bite down firmly, and when you bite down firmly, that creates a blood clot so that it can stop bleeding. So you want it to stop bleeding, so you have to bite down firmly on the gauze, but then it fills with blood, so you gotta switch them out every hour. And that was the worst part, because my mouth has been open for, you know, like hours, not hours, but like almost an hour. I would say like 45 minutes, 50 minutes. It was really fast. It didn't take as long as I thought. That it would take like hour, 2 hours. So yeah, it just cramped up every time I tried to open my mouth to switch out the gauze, and I could only eat Jamba Juice, and I didn't even want to eat, but I felt like throwing up because the painkillers. I had nothing in my stomach. So I mean, yeah, other than that, after that, it was really not that painful. I only took painkillers for like 2 days. So yeah, that's all that I got to say. I don't know, I might put up some little bit more gameplay. This one has ended, but yeah, like I only took painkillers for a few days. It was an interesting experience. The swelling is probably one of the worst parts. If you, I don't know, if you touch your face at your cheekbones and you make a line straight down, the swelling got like out of that line, and it's really crazy. Like right now it's probably a little bit in more. You can still see the swelling a bit. You know, my cheeks are just a bit puffy. You know, you can see like a hint of greenish, bluish, yellowish on my cheeks, and that's because it's a bruise. Because when he did it and stuff, you know, it bruises your jaw, so it leaves a big bruise, and the swelling just from the surgery itself is still there. But it's not too bad other than that. Just the first day, getting them taken out, not bad at all. You know, it was quite an interesting experience. But after that, oh man, it just sucks. Like if I had eaten before, like a ton, right before, I hadn't eaten for like a few hours before that. So, you know, my stomach was pretty empty by the time I finished the surgery. If I had eaten right before the surgery, like, I don't know, I'd say an hour before the surgery, and a ton of stuff, then yeah, I think I would have been pretty good for that first day. Maybe just drink the Jamba Juice somewhere in the nighttime close to bed, and then that would be pretty much it. You know, I wouldn't have to eat too much, because I would already have something in my stomach for the painkiller to absorb into. But I didn't, so I felt like throwing up a lot, and I had to get something in my body, you know, some sugars. So I had to eat the Jamba Juice. It was quite painful, and the first time I switched out my gauze, I did open my mouth, and it hurt so bad. So I just switched them out quickly, and then after that, I was just like, dude, forget this. I am not going to do this anymore. So instead of opening my mouth, I basically just like, because they kind of keep your mouth open already, which adds to the fatigue of your muscles in your jaw even more. So they were really just sore. So what I did instead was, since it already opened my mouth just a bit, my teeth, I just opened it just enough. I just shoved my fingers in there so that my teeth were resting on my fingers, and it wasn't any more than it needed to be. And then I just grabbed the gauze and then I just pulled it out. I wasn't gonna rip, like, open my mouth just, you know, so that I could get them out when I could just take it out with less cramps. And then on, I think, the second to last time, I just kind of left them out for like a few minutes because it was really painful. And you know, I figured if I can just keep my mouth shut the way it's supposed to be without any gauze shoved in the back of my mouth, it should be fine. And it did help a lot, actually. It helped. So yeah, it was, I think that was the worst part. Maybe the day of, after the surgery. And then the next day it hurt a lot, but it wasn't too bad. I was taking the painkillers, so it really didn't hurt too bad. At one point it did hurt a lot, and you know, it was like a really kind of dullish sharp pain, like just there. It wasn't even throbbing, it was just constant, and it was really bad. But the treatment that you're supposed to do is put an ice pack on for 20 minutes on each side. So I would just go 20 minutes on the left with one ice pack, then switch over 20 minutes on the right, switch over 20 minutes on the left, switch over, you know, and you get it. And you just keep doing that over and over, and the ice really helps for the swelling, and it helped to go down a lot. So that was really good in reducing the pain. And then on the third day, which was kind of one of the later stages, I have this bag kind of thing. I don't know, it's filled with like herbs, but you can it's supposed to be good for cold because you can freeze it, and then you can like wrap it around whatever, you know, that's cold, that needs cooling. And then if it's hot, you know, I mean, if it's cold and you need a hot thing, then you can just warm it up in the microwave, which is pretty sweet. So I just warmed it up in the microwave, and that was it. You know, I just wrap it around my jaw for 20 minutes, off 20 minutes, then on, then off, then on, then off. And that was pretty much it. By then, it was not hurting really at all. And the heating is just supposed to relax the muscles so that you can move it more. And you're supposed to like open and close your mouth, you know, so that you can get the muscles working again in your mouth. And then the fourth day, it was alright. I mean, slight pain. I think I tried running because so I could go back to football practice, but yeah, it stung after, so I stopped. And then for Friday, I went to football practice, but I didn't do anything. I just kind of watched, and then yeah, after that I am fine, pretty good. So in all, I think that took me maybe 7 days to recover, so it's quite quick actually. One of the most suckiest things about it though is that your family eats all the good stuff, and you're stuck with like mushy rice or Simon, you know, chopped up meat, and it's a bit demoralizing. You know, you see them, oh, look at that cake, oh, look at that, look at this, oh man, look at that fried chicken, yeah, you can't eat it, that's too bad for you. But I mean, it wasn't too bad, but I could kind of eat ice cream. For the first couple days though, I couldn't because I wasn't supposed to eat anything really cold, but after that I could. So then I ate the rest of the ice cream because that was all I could eat. Mostly what I ate was actually just Simon. It was Simon, like the top ramen kind. I just broke it up. It was in the packet, so I would just break it up in smaller pieces, dump it out, put like some of the powder or whatever, then I just heat it up. And then sometimes if there's meat in the fridge and I felt like it, I would just chop it up into small pieces, because you really can't chew, you just kind of have to swallow, because if you chew, then you know your jaw hurts, and plus later on when your jaw doesn't hurt, then if you chew with the back teeth, it might slip off of it and then go onto your gums where your teeth got pulled out, and then you bite down and it does not feel good. I did that today. It doesn't feel so good, but you know, it's something that you just gotta do. If I had left them, I think it would cause a lot more pain, because it would cause more pain throughout time. So I'd rather get it done now than later. So yeah, I hope this I guess gave you guys my perspective on this. And yeah, if you want to hear more stories or anything, if I do have more stories, I will make sure to share it with you guys, but unless I do, then I obviously won't. But yeah guys, this is gonna wrap it up for this commentary. I hope you guys enjoyed, and remember to hit that like button so that your friends can see that you like this commentary. Maybe they'll like it too, maybe they'll just decide to subscribe, I'm not sure. But yeah guys, we are getting a nice subscriber flow every day and a nice amount of views every day, so I only hope to increase that. And I hope that you guys have a good rest of the day or rest of the night, whatever time it is when you're watching this, because I'm Simple Sam and I'm simply out.
If you pass the noise, won't you blast the noise? I'm fucking old school, playing like those asteroids. Everything you looking at, and you know I got the truth. And I've been killing bitches while I'm rocking in this booth. You know I'm trying, dying, no I'm never replying. They ending all the world on the calendar of the Mayans. When they pick me on, I get that shit nowhere.